Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll continue with the map creation process. And since we placed most of the entities in the last video, in this video we'll focus on the player 1, which will be actually the player that we will play as. And first let's take a look at our hero, which is actually made from the captain. So we will go to units because he is actually not classified as a hero. So Empire and units, we have chosen the player number 1, and down here we have captain. So of course you could also change the name. To change the name you always have to choose all the players with shift and left click, and now we could rename him, but since I didn't actually really thought about that yet, so I will just keep it as captain right now, but maybe we'll adjust it later, maybe at like a second name, so captain and some name after that, but right now we will keep it like this. We will also, actually I can just keep it for all players because they won't have a captain, so it doesn't really matter. And to change weapons, abilities, damage, all those kinds of stuff, you would have to choose all players anyways. Yeah, the only things that you can change for a certain player are HP, mana, armor, and then of course resources. You cannot really change the build time here. Of course, it doesn't really even matter for your hero, but even for other units, you cannot change the build time. If you change it to any other value than the default one, it will just bring it to 0, I believe. So don't touch this. If you want to change build time, it's actually possible, but you will have to do it with trigger editor, and you can only do it for those baseline units. Yeah, if you decide to change some unit to different one, then you won't be able to change the build time anymore if you rename it. Yeah, if you change the unit but keep the same name, you can still reduce the build time, but I mean, right now we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so just don't touch the build time and you should be okay. So of course we want to adjust the stats a little bit. So I think maybe like 1000 HP should be okay. Or maybe not that much, maybe like 650 to start with. Probably like 4 armor, and then we will open this tab of weapons. Yeah, you have different weapons here. This is the normal attack, short sword. So as you can see, it has range 1 because it's just a melee attack. So we will keep this. You can attack only ground enemies. That's also okay. Here you have some attack times. Yeah, basically how long does it take for the attack to proc? How often you attack speed. So I think we can also keep this default, and yeah, since it's just the captain ability, we can also keep the animation. So we'll go to actions, damage, and here you can adjust the value. You can also change the type of the damage. Yeah, so maybe we could make it like some magical damage or something, but I think swing should be okay here. I didn't really make any specific enemies that we would need like huge magical damage against, so we can keep it like this. But of course I would like to adjust the damage value a little bit and increase it to maybe like 45, so the captain is just a little bit stronger overall. I would also like to give him an ability, because right now this is just a normal basic attack. So basically we will double click those 3 dots, and this will open a select weapon window. So here you can basically go to anything you want, and there you will find an ability. Yeah, so if I for example open Empire units and I don't know, priest, then for example here I could choose the bless ability, and then I could use bless ability as a captain. So that's also pretty useful. Of course we would like to create some more interesting ability probably, so I haven't actually thought about it yet, so let's just go through it and let's see if we can find something interesting. Right now I misclicked the bless ability obviously, so you just right click it and click change weapon and you are back. So let's continue the search. Yeah, you can also open heroes. There you will also find some more interesting abilities. Yeah, as you can see, maybe like a decree from Alaric or other things. But I would actually like to give ourselves something from neutral units. There will be probably something more interesting from like a from like a campaign or something. So let's just go through it. Uh, we can spare some time. As you can see, if you have like orcs, they usually don't have too many abilities. Same applies for ogres or those fighting units. So let's try to find something more interesting. And actually, maybe I will just use the usual summon ability. I'm not sure yet what we will summon, but maybe some animals. It would be really basic, but it's really easy to set up, and it's usually really usable for basically any mission. So yeah, we'll probably do that. I don't really see anything too interesting here. So how you create a summon ability? You will go to neutral units, and then you will find dwarfs, and here you will click King Thorvald and summon Earth Elemental. Then you will double click it, and as you can see, we have the summon ability, and here in actions you have actually the summon tab. So in units, you will choose the unit that you want to summon. So you can choose basically anything here. Of course, it should make sense. Yeah, I don't think it would be a good idea to summon like demons with a human captain or something. So let's just try to find something interesting that will work for us. Maybe we can make some bears. Yeah, bears are pretty strong. You can also adjust the stats, of course, for your units. So we could also play with that. Or we could also just make some normal units, yeah, like call 3 knights or something. But I like to make it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, let's actually choose the cave bear, and yeah, let's call like three cave bears. You can also choose the lifetime, which is basically the summon time for how long the unit will stay alive before it disappears. If you have it on 0, then it will be there forever. Yeah, so it would be kind of broken because you could just create a full army of bears or something. So definitely want to adjust this, and we'll set it to like 30 seconds. I think that's a really good value. We will bring it to first position. Yeah, if you have the bar on the bottom of your screen in the game with abilities, then it will be on the first position. Of course, we already have the basic attack on first position, but since it's a basic attack and it's using the basic attack icon, it won't be visible. Yeah, so you can easily overlap it with this. Uh, yeah, I will just close it to save it because sometimes the game, I mean the editor drops during this. So if you want to be safe, just close it, save it, and continue afterwards. Uh, as you can see, I actually maybe clicked something else than OK, so it disappeared. But let's set it up again. So you can see it, Cave Bear, amount 3 and lifetime 30. First page, you also need to change the animation. So we will double click this, and then you will find the captain. Actually, here you have him in heroes, so that's kinda weird that here in tech trees you have him in units, and in animations here he is between heroes. But basically, just choose him here. He has only one animation, which is the basic attack. So just choose it. And in icons, I think the best thing we can use is the cave bear select icon because we are summoning cave bears. Yeah, so I don't think we really need any more adjustments here. The range is also good, so I will just change the name to summon cave bears, and also you cannot change the mana here, so don't even try to do that. It would rewrite the number in the game, but it would still cost you the 75 mana, so it would just confuse the player. So definitely don't do that. Of course, if you create a spell from something that costs like 0 mana, then you can create a cooldown for that with reload time here. So you would just rewrite this 0 to like 20,000, and then it would be 20 seconds. Yeah, it's times thousands, of course. It's in milliseconds. So if you want to create cooldown, you can do it here. And of course, we will also need a mana, because right now we have 0, and this spell costs 75. So we will need at least 75 mana. Actually, let's maybe create, let's set it to 100, so you can create it, and you will still be left with 25 mana, so you will generate earlier to that 75 than if you had your maximum only 75 capped. Of course, right now we have 0 mana regeneration, but we will do that with Trigger Editor a little bit later. So yeah, I think this is okay. Of course, it's always good to test it if you create something like this, but I think we will still do some more changes before we start testing something. So again, I closed it, saved the game, and now we can go back. Yeah, you are opening this player properties with Control Enter, and as I mentioned, we would maybe want to create some different units as well. So I would like to exchange this Elf Ranger for this Elf Sentinel. So basically, the easiest way to do this is, of course, you have to first find the unit. So you make sure that you have the right name. So yeah, it's Elf Sentinel. So right now I will go back here and rename this unit. Of course, you cannot rename it just for the one player. So enemy Elf Rangers will also have the name changed. But I mean, doesn't really matter. Yeah, they are computers. You don't have to worry about them. So we will just change this to Elf Sentinel. And of course, the unit will be much stronger if we go back here. So we can actually like compare them. You have 400 HP, of course 0 armor, and 22 damage. So let's actually see 422, and here we have not even half of that HP, and again not even half of that damage. Range is also same, and I think you even have faster attack speed with the Elf Sentinel. So the unit is definitely much stronger. Of course, you won't be able to upgrade it, but definitely we need to increase the cost here. So let's say like 110 gold, maybe 20 wood, and 35 gems. Of course, you can adjust those values later if you feel like it's not the best values. Right now we can also maybe adjust the whole faction a little bit, because it's really specific map, and I don't think we really need all those kinds of stuff. So let's just go from top. Of course, we'll need peasants, swordsmen, yeah, all those basic units. But I don't really think we need we need phoenixes because they have stealth units, but we don't need gnome arcs. That would just kind of break the game, I think. It would be flying your units over, maybe skipping the bridge or something. So I don't really want gnome arcs here. And same applies for miner team, of course. And I don't think we really want some steam birds here as well. So we can just block some units like this. Not a big deal. Most people probably wouldn't use those units anyways, but I just don't think that it would be a really good idea to have them here. Now we can go through buildings. I don't think we don't need to block anything here. Yeah, if you want, you can maybe like reduce the amount of upgrades for towers, but you wouldn't do that in buildings, but in researches. So yeah, I don't think we'll need to block anything here. And then we have researches, so Of course, as I said, those upgrades for arrows damage won't apply to our new units of Elf Sentinel anymore, but I mean, we can still keep it because I believe it's still upgrading some other units as well. So I will keep it here for now. Actually, I will show you that there is a website. It looks like this. It's called Armies of Exigo Fandom Wiki, and here you can actually find all different informations about Armies of Exigo. So if you go here, you can actually open the faction you want. So since we are playing Empire, I will click Empire. Here you have technologies, and here you can open any technology you want and write the description. So you don't have to open game and then create those buildings and read it in game. So yeah, if we have the, for example, iron arrow here, I will just find it here, open it, and as you can see, it's also increasing damage for Valkyries, which we can still create. So I will definitely keep this upgrade available. But of course, there will be some things that apply to those units that I blocked, mainly like Steambird, I believe. So we will anyways have to go through it. So right now it will maybe take some time. I will just open it on my second monitor and try to find all those different upgrades that we might not need. Of course, all those, if you have like, I mean, armor 3 times on the same spot, then you have mail, potion. It means that you have like 3 ranks of the same upgrade, and this usually applies to multiple units. So this is something that we want to keep here, of course. Then you have upgrades for your town hall, upgrades for your towers. Fortify will increase the durability of your buildings. Improved farming increases your population. Build gate is something that doesn't even work in the game, I think. Teamwork makes your villagers create. Yeah, I mean, it makes that you can create a building with more than one peasant at once. This is speed for your swordsmen. Yeah, this is also for swordsmen. But for example, precision archery and flaming arrows were for those elf rangers. So we can definitely disable this. Yeah, you have to double click it to make it red. If it's red, that means that you cannot upgrade it. If you make it green, that means that you already have it upgraded from start. And if it's yellow, then you can of course upgrade it during the game. Yeah, so then we have some upgrades for our Valkyries. Yeah, then we have upgrade for knights, and I believe telescope is something that's for those for arcs or something. So again, I will check it on this website. Yeah, so I opened telescope, and as you can see, it's increasing the sight range of catapults, gnome arcs, and steambirds. But since we kept catapults available, I will actually not disable this. So yeah, this is really useful to always check it. Then we will check this plated wood upgrade. It's also for catapults, so we'll also keep that. Firing ports, I'm actually pretty sure that this is something just for arcs. So let me check it. Yeah, as you can see, it just enables range units to shoot from your arcs. So since we disabled them, I will also disable this upgrade. And then we have extra cargo. Again, I will check it only for gnome arcs. It's actually increasing the amount of units that you can carry with your arcs. And I know that hammer of fire is for your steambirds, so we can also disable that. Then you have disciples. I believe this is increasing like like a mana regeneration of your units with mana, so we will definitely keep that. Prayer again for your knights, we want to keep that. Cloak of Invisibility is for your dryads, dryads with which also we kept. So again, I don't want to disable those things. And maybe actually I will disable Litany because, or I mean I can keep it there, but it's really not too useful ability. You need 3 priests for that. It will increase like your speed or something. I basically never use it, but I mean we can keep it here. Decree, and I don't know if we want to keep Fury of the Ancients, but yeah, it might be kind of fun, so let's keep it there. So as you can see, we just made some adjustments because of those disabled units, which would maybe break the point of the mission or something. So this is definitely want to always try to do before every mission. So yeah, again we will click OK and save. I will also close all my tabs that I searched on my other monitor, and right now we should be pretty much ready for the trigger editor. So let me just check everything. Yeah, we created the landscape and everything. We set up our units, of course also our hero or captain if you want. Yeah, we have all the entities here, all neutral entities, which are of course neutral hostile, so we will have to fight with them. And then we have the underground, which already has the lightning, I mean light from previous mission, from previous video. We also have some treasures here, some neutral enemies that you will also need to defeat. And I don't really see anything missing anywhere, so we are pretty much ready to go into the trigger editor. But of course, that will be for our next video. So yeah, take care guys.